Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of What the Quote. I'm Tawana, I'm your host, and I use quotes to create kind humans. This week, we're talking about a quote from Les Brown that says, accept responsibility for your life. Know that it is you who will make, who will get you where you want to go, no one else. I'm going to play my theme song and then we're going to talk about the quote.
And with the quote, we create kind humans who speak kindness, show kindness. Be a kind human. Be a kind human.
Hey, so here we go. It's so exciting. The quote, I'm going to read it again. The quote is by Les Brown and it says, accept responsibility for your life. Know that it is you who will get you where you want to go, no one else. Les Brown. I'm so excited about this quote because I have been thinking a lot about responsibility and the beauty when we take responsibility not only for our life, but also for our healing. So there are many times that I hear that I am aware of that we blame people. We blame people. We continue to blame people for how they hurt us, the things they said. We know all the details about it, the date, the time, the place, who was there, what we had on, what kind of lipstick, our hair. We know everything about the details of how they hurt us and nothing about how we are going to heal. And so that is really part of the responsibility. And one of the things that I am learning from in my own life is that when I continue to rehearse, think about, talk about, recreate the experiences that I have been hurt in, it really cements those even deeper. And when I am talking about the hurtful experience or thinking about it, really, it recreates the energy of that and the sadness, the hurt, the pain. It's all regurgitated again. So it's like not only was I hurt at the time that the hurt occurred, every time I think about it or replay it or talk about it, I'm hurt again. And so, one of the things that I am realizing is there's value in me thinking about it and really feeling it one time. And that one time, I can cry, I can scream, I can be upset, I can be mad, I can do all that. But after that one time, it really doesn't do me any good to continue to relive that over and over and over again. And when I have done that in the past, I really, it really caused me to be even more of a victim because I get to continue to point my finger at the person, the situation, the experience, but it doesn't create a it doesn't create a space for me to heal. And when I continue to be a victim, I continue to be a victim. And that doesn't give me any responsibility to heal. And here's the thing. I know a lot of us are um, we want an apology, we want to be clear, we want closure, this, that, and it. But the reality of the situation is that person who hurt you, number one, may not even remember it. Number two, are probably deeply hurt and hurting themselves, not necessarily around the situation with you, but you've heard of hurt people hurt people. And the last one is you want them to be responsible for hurting you, but they are wanting the people who are responsible for hurting them to take that responsibility. So there's no way that they are even in the mindset of, oh my gosh, I hurt Twanna's feelings, this, that, and the other, because somebody just hurt their feelings. And so they are concentrating on how hurt they are from the person who hurt them. That is why it is so important for us to take responsibility for our own healing, because nobody else is going to do it. I'm telling you, listen, I know you're great, wonderful, awesome, and amazing. And nobody can be responsible for healing you but you, because you're the only one who knows what you need to be healed. And if you're looking for tools to help with that, one of the things that I suggest is that you investigate what they are saying. They. And here's what here's what I mean by that. They say you should meditate. They say you should pray. They say you should journal. They say you should have a gratitude journal. They say you should go outside and walk, get grounded. Do you see where I'm coming from? Sometimes they know exactly what you might need. And if you're not going to do anything that they suggest for you, what are you going to do? What? Because let me tell you this, there's nothing worse than listening to a victim. And here's the thing, we've all been a victim, and we've all been victimized by the stories of other victims. And listen, just like I'm making a conscious effort not to replay my own stories of victim in my own head, I don't want to hear yours either. I just listen. I gotta be completely honest. Like, I don't want to hear you continue to be victimized over and over again. And here's the thing, that is one of the reasons why it takes a special client for me to be your life coach. Because if you are looking for the coach to listen to you, feel sorry for you, pat you on the back, say, oh my gosh, they're terrible, they're horrible, I would not be the one for you. Because my philosophy is this: give yourself a time period. And ideally, nothing over about 20 minutes for you to be mad, call as many people as you can, cuss, scream. But after that 20 minutes, okay, what we going to do about it? That keeps you out of being a victim, because nobody likes a victim. You don't like a victim. So you don't like somebody calling you every day, 2 or 3 times a day, over a period of time, weeks, days, years, with the same story from the same person. Like, you don't like that either. And so, if you don't like it, don't do it to other people. So, I once knew um, someone who would um, call me and talk to me about really how jacked up their friends were. And so, this was over a period of years. And so, after a certain time, I was just like, listen, you should probably call your other friend. you should you should probably call your other friend to talk to them continuously about how bad these people treat you, because my thing is, listen, you, you can make a choice to set a boundary and not put yourself in that situation again. And so I mean that with all of the kindness that I can muster up. Let's go back to Les Brown. Accept responsibility for your life. If we could just do that one thing, accept responsibility for our life, because it's not the they and them. It ain't your boss, your coworker, your ex-husband, your mother-in-law, father-in-law, baby dad. It's none of them, because they are who they are. They may change, but they may not. And so you are the only one who you have responsibility for. And that's really a beautiful thing to accept, because you are marvelous, you are smart, you are bold, you are beautiful, you are magnificent, you are strong. You are everything that you need to be to take responsibility for your life. Because you know what? Everybody else is trying to take responsibility for theirs or running from taking responsibility from theirs. Either one of those. And so, really, it is this quote, in my opinion, is there to inspire you to take responsibility for your own life, the good and the bad, the healing and the trauma, the beautiful things that happen. All of that is your responsibility. And continuing to focus on the jacked up behavior of other people is not helping you concentrate on your behavior. It's really not. Behavior like forgiveness, gratitude, trust. Like, so much of my life has really been about trusting myself. Because in the past, I have put an enormous amount of value on what other people thought, which really does not cultivate a mindset for me to trust what I am thinking and feeling, because I'm so used to wondering how other people are going to think and feel about what I'm doing. And it is a process. And there are days where I'm like, yes, sis, you did it. And then there are other days it's like, ugh, we gonna try again next time. Like, listen, I had a coach, a faculty in this program that I went through at IVISD, and I won't say her name because, I'm not gonna say her name. But one of the things that I loved about her, number one, was because she was real. Number two was because she cussed. I loved it. And what she would say all the time when I was in the midst of tears and snotting and crying and having this huge awareness was, nobody taught us how to do this shit. Nobody taught us how to heal and forgive and trust ourselves and do the right thing. Like, did you learn it? Where'd you learn it from? Because maybe I need to go to your school. Nobody taught me how to do that. And so part of me being responsible for my own life is me being open to learning something new. That here's the thing, it ain't gonna feel comfortable. It's not gonna feel comfortable. I talk a lot about meditating. I have a lot of videos on YouTube about meditating. And if I had a dime for how many times people were like, I fall asleep, all these thoughts keep coming, this and it. Listen, you practicing. Of course, you don't know how to do it right. But the one thing you need to concentrate on when you're meditating is breathing. Let everything else fall where they may. And then you will notice that thoughts of inspiration will come. Thoughts of confirmation will come to you during that time when you have practiced your mind getting quiet. But if you are waiting to feel comfortable doing it, and I don't care what it is, if it's drinking water, exercising, going outside for a walk, whatever it is. Listen, recently, so you may or may not know this about me, but in the past, I have hated outside because I do not like bugs. Okay. I don't want them flying. I don't want them stinging. I don't want nothing. But what I have decided to do was to embrace the outside, including the cold. So recently, I have started to walk Lily almost every day. Not every day, but almost every day. So that it because in the beginning, I thought I was walking Lily for Lily. But what I realized was, oh, this is also part of my healing because I have some time to really take in the sights and the sounds of being outside. It's cold, and so there's a little pep in my step. And while I'm walking, I try to hold my stomach in, and all these other things that really I'm only able to get when I'm outside. But I'm not like, ooh, yay, let me go outside and what the. I'm getting there. I'm getting to the point where I'm excited about it. But initially, it's like, oh Lord, Lily, she's so big, this, that, I had all these things going on in my head. But the reality of the situation is one commitment that I've made to myself this year is I used to say throw myself outside of my comfort zone, but as I say that, I'm like, well, Tawana, doesn't sound very loving. And so, what I'm going to say that's more loving now is that I have committed to cultivating more experiences where I can be outside of my comfort zone. Like that is it. That is one of the things that I really, really am intentional on this year. And so I really want to invite you, nudge you, inspire you to really do what it takes for you to heal because you're the only one who can do it. I mean, nobody else can do it for you. And you can do it. You can be gentle with yourself as you do it. You're practicing. And just like when you were learning to drive, you read the manual, you watched other people drive, you would sit in there, okay, what am I going to do next? You drive a little bit, you go back, you review what you did. Like healing is the same way. It's the same way. It's a process that you get to practice and practice and practice. And so, let's go to the coaching corner. I know what you're saying. Tawana, what advice are you going to give us from the coaching corner? And here is my one piece of advice that I would really be excited if you tried. That is, name one thing that you can do to adjust. I was going to say change, but sometimes that might be a trigger for people. So just kind of adjust, get used to, wonder about. What is one thing that you can do to adjust how you look at your life? What's one thing? So I'll give you my thing. My thing is perfection. So at the start of this, I made a mumble misstep of the quote. And initially, I was like, oh, shoot, I'm going to stop and tape it over. But then I was like, I'm not going to do that because I don't have to be perfect. You see how I did that? Just like that. That is one thing that I get to release, is this whole thing that it has to be perfect. This, that, no, because it doesn't. Because I'm learning that. And I think my next podcast is on worthiness or uniqueness, is it doesn't have to be right. What my desire is that I come from an authentic and vulnerable place. That's what this podcast is about. That I can use quotes to create kind humans. And what that's also doing is creating kindness within me. Because when I hear me say it, I hear me say it. So, well, listen, okay, let me have some commercial time. Follow me on everything. Follow me on Reels. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on TikTok. Everything is at Tawana. I have two things that I'm very excited about. There are a lot of people who have a desire to be kinder to themselves, but they need an accountability partner. I got you for $5. It's only $5 a month. And I'm paying that because I got to pay for the service. I'm charging that because I get to pay for the service. Okay. Listen, you spend $5 a month. You spend $5 on anything, a coffee, a sandwich, whatever. You deserve some support in cultivating self-kindness within you. So follow the information. I'll also put it in the show notes about how to sign up for this texting service. And it's beautiful because you never know when I'm going to send a text, in the daytime, at night. And you can also text to me and I can see it and text back to you. Okay. It is literally a texting, I call it a self-kindness accountability texting service. That's what I call it. The other thing is, you will notice that on my social media, I am promoting self-kindness products that really spark self-kindness mentally and emotionally. Because a lot of us have the whole self-care with getting manicures and pedicures. And I love that. Listen, I got one last month. I'm here for it all. But there's a deeper level of, are we being kind to us with our thoughts, and are we honoring our feelings? It's another layer of self-kindness. So check that out. I'm so excited about the things that we are creating this year. I'm also excited about my theme song. You want to hear it? Here it goes.
With the quote, we create kind humans who speak kindness, show kindness, be a kind human. Be a kind human.